All right, we're back. So here's what we'll do. Uh let's watch this Auburn game here. This is coming up on CBS. It comes on in 30 minutes and it's played in Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah, it comes on in 30 minutes. Michigan State ended up winning by 3. Ole Miss did hit at the buzzer a quick layup, but they fall shy in this one. Michigan State, I'm proud of Tom Izzo. I love Tom Izzo, man. I do. So yeah, let's watch the scoreboard and stuff tonight for Auburn, Michigan. I think that will be great. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the scoreboard up. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link. I'm gonna go get something to drink, and I'll be right back. We'll play some background music too. Hold on, Nate. I see you. Just give me a second to go grab a drink. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the StreamYard link if you want to join in. I dropped the link for you, Nate. In fact, you might even hit it before I leave the room. So I'll just go ahead and add you. You can entertain the good people. What if Michigan State? Actually, I think the winner of Auburn, Michigan plays Michigan State. I could be wrong on that. Let's double check that bracket just real quick. Who is it? Auburn, Michigan winner to Michigan State. Oh man, if Michigan wins tonight and they got a rematch with Tom Izzo, awesome. Florida, Texas Tech is set. Houston, Purdue is tonight. Kentucky, Tennessee. Now Tennessee's pulling away, whatever. So anyway, that's the bracket. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Grab a drink or something, and then if you guys want to join, there's the StreamYard link in the comments. I'll be right back. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Hold on. There we go. We're back. Anyone in the back room doesn't look like it at the moment, but there is the StreamYard link. Do you want to be a part of the show tonight? Um, just click that link. Come on in. We got the bracket up. waiting on this game to start. Oh yeah, go blue! Man, you have no idea. You have no idea.
I didn't even think Michigan would get this far.
Part of me wants Auburn, Alabama for the title game because it'd be cool. But then part of me is like, someone needs to knock them out, right?
Yeah.
That could be tonight.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, all my Omaha teams were out. Darn. Uh,
Yeah.
well, that sucks. But yeah, I do have one more team remaining.
Well, sometimes that's all you have, and sometimes that's all that matters is one team could win it
Right,
all.
I agree. Yeah. But I'm just being a little bit biased because like to root for my Omaha teams because
No. Christ King says stream the game. My favorite word
it
is
is.
no.
He is technically, but
Technically, no, but what they want me to show the game. No.
yeah, but no, we're gonna broadcast the game by our words,
Yeah.
but that's about it. Oh,
Sparty got the win
Sparty got the win. Wow. I thought they
over
were
Ole Miss.
losing.
Yeah, they were. They
Damn.
hit a clutch three late, and then Ole Miss failed to hit one to tie it.
Oh, piss.
You also got Purdue and Houston tonight.
I'm
That's
actually
interesting.
shocked that Purdue made this far, to be honest.
Yeah, considering the last couple years falling in the Sweet 16 with Zach Edey, like really, how do you make it this far without him? But with him, it's like you couldn't make it past the first round. That's crazy. Michigan Auburn. Winner plays Michigan State. Duke Alabama is set. Houston Purdue is set, and Florida Texas Tech is set. So you have three number ones: Houston, Florida, and Duke. Of those three, Nate, who do you think goes down?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say this March Madness has been boring, but boring in a way for no upsets.
Yeah, it hasn't been the March Madness we're hoping for every year, but
Yeah.
it is interesting still because, like
Mm-hmm.
UConn, even though they were an 8 seed, they're not going to three-peat.
No,
It is
but
interesting to see like three different number one teams in the Elite Eight,
yeah,
possibly. So, I mean, like I said, you got Florida and Duke so far. You could
uh,
get three if Auburn wins.
Houston and Purdue, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Houston, Purdue tonight.
You
Then the
think
other
Purdue? You think
starts
Purdue?
tomorrow.
You think Purdue might pull a Purdue tonight?
Maybe.
Maybe. Um, you know what? I'm actually pretty hungry right now. I'm gonna order DoorDash if I can. If my debit card lets me. Did you, what'd you eat tonight?
We went to. Now I made a sandwich like an hour
Oh,
ago
okay.
because it
Yeah.
had been a few hours, so I just did like a ham sandwich. But
Not much. Not nothing better than a ham sandwich.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, I'm so really hungry right now. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get Outback Steakhouse. No, that's too fancy, too expensive. Although it was pretty good, but still expensive.
yeah. Michigan Auburn, was that not a Outback Bowl or something years ago in
Um,
college football? I
I'm
thought it
pretty
was.
sure. Yeah.
I think Michigan won, or
Uh,
maybe Auburn. Hold on, let me see. How many times have they met in football? Michigan Auburn
mm, my guess is probably
football.
7 times, but I don't really
If you're on the money with that, I gotta PayPal you something.
know.
If you got it, if you actually got it,
I know it's the
let's
same,
see.
almost the same amount as Bama and Michigan, but
They have met twice.
oh, never mind.
I thought it was a few years ago they had an Outback Bowl. They haven't met in football since Tommy Tuberville and Lloyd Card in
I think you were
2001.
talking. I think you're thinking of South Carolina or wherever or Florida.
South Carolina, Michigan, that was it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about that.
They won Auburn. They're tied 1-1. Auburn's win came in '84, the year of Bo Jackson and Pat Dye, and Bo Schembechler was at Michigan.
Mm,
The game's final score was in New Orleans. It had to be the Sugar Bowl or something then,
yeah.
but it was 9-7.
Damn.
9-7.
That's like a baseball score.
It is baseball. Isn't Auburn a baseball skew? Or maybe they're
Well,
just
technically,
basketball.
I don't think so. But Georgia's baseball skill right now. Um,
Georgia is a baseball skew.
um,
Bama, not so much. They're a football, basketball, and softball skew.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that Maryland Colorado State game was crazy.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
mean, it
crazy
looked
one.
like Colorado State was going to hang on to it, but oof. Please, please work. I'm going to try it. Please
I said I
accept my.
wasn't nervous. If I said I wasn't nervous about Duke tomorrow night, I'd be lying through my teeth, bro.
Thank God. Woohoo, it worked. Woohoo. No, it didn't
We'll be
work.
live. We'll be
Damn it.
live for that Duke game too. I'm gonna try to.
All right. Hmm.
What is Charles doing? What you doing, Barkley? Oh, he's gonna try to hit a 3-pointer here on the set.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
He
Can he
ain't
make
got.
it? He's old, but can he make it? Get it. Oh, free throw. Miss. Try it again. He missed again. They don't make them like they used to. One more. Come on. Miss. They bounce back to him. What are they rigging that with? He's missing all of these, man. He's having too much fun. Oh, he made it. Bing bang. He made it. It took him 5 tries, but he finally made it. Oh man, Charles is wild. I want to meet him so bad, dude. I want to meet guys like that. I reckon it's about tip off time or close to it. We're getting close. I've seen a lot on Twitter today about this Michigan Auburn game and just how great these teams are. They've been great all year. I know you as a Michigan fan, Nate, you probably don't like want your nerves all high up tonight. You probably just want to walk in and dominate, but a buzzer beater or something would be pretty cool. Hey, Scott, and you're in the stream. I'm not watching Duke and Alabama. I'm really worried, so I decided I'm just not going to watch it. I don't know if that solves it. See, I'd be so worried about the game that I'd have to watch it just to make sure. And then if my nerves get all out of whack because of how bad we're playing, then I turn it off. Which even then I can't bring myself to do because I love basketball. Hold on. Yo, you're live.
I am?
Yeah, I'm online. You want to come in here?
Oh, yeah, I'll come in there. Hold on.
All right. This is mayhem, everybody.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, just come in here. I dropped the link.
Okay.
Try to get mayhem on here. Mayhem. Hope it's not like Alabama, Florida, where it's close game till the half and then they dominate. Yeah, I got you. I don't know. I might be up for this Purdue Houston game. Now it'll be on after. Well, no, it won't. It'll be happening just shortly after this one tips off. We'll kind of have to watch back and forth then. But I really want Michigan Auburn to be full screen. It's been going good, Scott. Thank you, man. I hope you're having a good day as well. Here you go, Nate. Here you go. I'm picking Michigan because I don't like Auburn, so screw them. Yeah, Mayhem, we'll be live for the whole game. Come on in. Anyone's welcome to join. I don't care. We'll do a watch party deal. I don't know.
This
Calling
is
games by
actually
myself is
from
like it
here.
doesn't work out too much. Oh, you'll join a little later. Okay.
I'll be here. I just eat dinner.
Yeah. What's up, Cody? Do I think Alabama will win tomorrow? What do I think about Alabama beating BYU? Mark Sears got 10 threes. I did see that. I was out with friends last night watching the game, and he went off, man. He's a stud. He's gonna have a bright future in the NBA, and it's a game like that that just shows you why. I think they could win tomorrow too. I think they can. I don't know because it's Duke. It's a powerhouse, and they just put up 100. You know, dropped a Benjamin Franklin on Arizona, 100 even points. Which, looking at the bracket, that's the highest scoring by anybody so far in this tournament. Even going back to the first four type of games. You just don't see that in March Madness. Arkansas's out. Yeah, I saw that. And I like Coach Cal. I like Arkansas too. They had a good run to the Sweet 16. Texas Tech got them. Auburn favored by 8.5 points over Michigan. 10.5 to tip. I think the winner of this game and Alabama Duke tomorrow is your national championship matchup. My personal opinion, because I think you hope to get the four best in the final four, but sometimes that's just not how it works. Like Duke is just look like Duke all year long. They just look so great. Auburn's doing what they're doing. Michigan's coming out every single game. They're getting better and better. And Alabama, well, who can stop them? At least what they're saying.
Kentucky this season, yeah, 3 times. Really is because I always the first game is a feeling. Third game is like, okay, we know. We'll turn to Central when we come back. Sweet.
North Carolina last year. I know that was a year ago, but they were the 1 seed. We'll see tomorrow, though. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. I like all these new features on StreamYard. That's cool. Yeah, Alabama, obviously the Final Four last year, and I guess they fell to because UConn went back to back, but was it UConn? It was UConn, and UConn went back to back. Who did they beat in the title? I went live for it. Was it like Arizona or somebody? Who did UConn play last year? I went live. Hold on. San Diego State. No, was that 2 years ago? That was 2 years ago, I think. Because Mayhem and I went live for it. UConn went back to back. One of the years was against San Diego State, who beat Alabama in the Sweet 16, made a run. UConn beats Alabama last year, goes back to back. Purdue, that's right. It was Purdue. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I can't be the only one out there that realizes the champion and then forgets the runner up, right? I can't be the only one. Because at the end of the day in basketball, all that matters is you cut the nets, and if you don't, you're practically like, well, it just doesn't matter. Nah, credit to all these college athletes, credit to all the players and coaches and teams and organizations that put on March Madness, and then the kids that play just day in and day out practicing, traveling, and everything. It's incredible. This game in Atlanta. Oh, number 1 Auburn, number 5 Michigan.
I'm making chili dogs.
Do I have work tomorrow or am I going to watch the game? I'll watch the game. I don't work till Sunday. It feels like it's already Saturday, but I'll try to go live for that one too. What you eating?
Chili dogs.
Dude, we literally did that like 2 nights ago. That's funny. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, but I didn't make chili. I got it from a can though, like a can.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We
Yeah,
didn't make actual chili either. We did can too.
I do
We
it
could
with no
make actual
beans,
chili,
but
which
that's
is
just me.
better, but yeah.
How you cook your hot dogs? Like on a stove sometimes or whatever?
Oh yeah, put it in the frying pan, fry them up.
No, what you do with the fire pan first? You put water in it or no?
What's that?
Do you put water in the frying pan before you put the hot dogs in or something different?
Not usually, but boiled hot dogs are pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit for that one. They are good.
At least it's like, well, good thing there's no pizza in it.
Yeah. Do I play games? No. No, I don't. I'm a grown up. I'm just kidding.
Is it started yet?
I mean, I'm kidding, but I'm not.
Oh, never mind. It's about to start.
All right. Winner plays Michigan State on Sunday in Atlanta. Auburn gets an easy path to the Final Four. Michigan State sucks. I have no comments to say on that one. I don't know. I mean, I would say that I think that because of the program that they are, they should have blown out Ole Miss or at least won by more than 3. But yeah. All right, tip off. Michigan and home, Auburn and road jerseys. They fight over it a little bit, and Michigan gets it. Or are they going to redo it? I think they're going to redo it. They hit it, it's Auburn ball. I want Michigan to win. Or do I? Do I want a Auburn Alabama final? Maybe. Maybe not. Good inside defense by Auburn. Lost the ball, 2 to shoot, 1 gets it off in time. Auburn gets the rebound. So no score yet. It is possession Auburn after Michigan knocked it out. Shoots. Missed the 3. Gets it outside. Kicks it back. Got it. Auburn draws first blood. Denver Jones made that one. Wide open 3? No. How did he miss that? What are you doing? Auburn has it now. 18 minutes to go in the half. Floats one up. No good. Rebound by Blue. Shoots it. Got it. Michigan ties it up. We're at 3 apiece. That was Donaldson. Missed the 3 off the rim. Rebounded by Michigan. I don't have rosters or anything. Yeah, who were they tied with, though, Cody? Atlanta Braves in last place. Who are they tied with? It's only opening day. Like, it's just getting started, buddy. Here's Broom. Got it. Auburn takes back a lead. 6-5 with 16 and a half to go in the first. Floats one up. No good. Rebounded by the Tigers. Going back. Back behind the back. Floater. Good. Broom tried to punch it out. My goodness. Michigan's got some studs defensively, man. I don't know what to tell them. Denver Jones tried to go up for a layup there, or somebody did, and couldn't get it. Couldn't tell if that was Jones or who it was. Trey Donaldson made a 3-point shot for Michigan so far. Namari Burnett has made a layup. Denver Jones made a layup, and Janai Broom with a 3 for Auburn. That made it 5-6. Does anybody out there watching have a upset in this round with Michigan over Auburn? I'm just curious if I'm like, I mean, I got Auburn winning, but I'm just curious if anyone actually sees, like, obviously an upset can happen, but like bracket wise, did anybody like have this matchup and then have Michigan going? Which I know brackets, they said the other day there's no perfect brackets left unless they said it was like maybe 2 or 3 left. I've never looked into going to a banana baseball game, Cody. I hear it's fun though. I've just never looked into it. Denver Jones. This guy did like a behind the back swoosh and a layup. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Auburn working a 9-5 score here. Hold on. Broom with it, passes it back to Caldwell. Steal by the Wolverines. Goes back, got the 2. Tied up. Broom has it. Spin move, floater. Got it. Man on man coverage. Good coverage for Auburn. Michigan can't really go anywhere, but here's a spin and a floater. It's good. Off the backboard. Tied at 11. Why am I surprised? Because of how Auburn's been this year. Number 1 overall seed in the tournament. That 3's no good. I didn't really expect much of a back and forth type of battle at least. I mean, I knew Michigan could try to make it a game. Chad Baker Mazzara has it. Gets it out. Got it to Pettiford. Got it. Nope. Baker Mazzara shoots. Broom gets the rebound. Goes up for 2. Finishes at the rim. one of these players is from Plant City? Who did they say it was? I want to find out who's from Plant City. Oh, Janai Broom. Oh, I didn't know that. You gotta put that out. That's awesome. I'm gonna put this on Facebook. I had no idea he was from Plant City. It's awesome. Janai Broom. Like I had no clue where he was from, nor did I really care too much. I just know he's a great player for Auburn, but he's from my hometown. Spin move. Fake. Got the floater. We're tied at 13. And the one to make that one, I'm not sure who made it. I guess Scott Donaldson did. Wow, Pettiford with a reject. What are some other scores? We got to have a couple different games going on tonight, right? Purdue Houston's fixing to tip off. Let me see if it hasn't already, and it hasn't. But some close games, some good games today. Tennessee, not so close with Kentucky, but 78-65. Zakai Ziegler with 18 points. Lamont Butler for Kentucky had 18 points as well. Jace Richardson for Michigan State, 20 points. However, for Ole Miss, they had the loser high at 24 points, Sean Padula. That's impressive.
All right, I'm back.
When was Auburn's last loss? Had to be in the. Let me go back. Hold on. Opening a new tab. Their last loss was the Tennessee game in the SEC tournament semifinal, 70-65. But before that, see, that's the thing about Auburn. They have 5 losses, but it's not like, I mean, they lost to Duke, they lost to Florida, they lost to A&M. I don't really get that one too much. Alabama, I get. Tennessee, I get. But they're all tournament teams.
Yeah.
All right, tied at 13, 11:44 to go, first half. Auburn possession. Four turnovers so far already for the Tigers. Only one for the Wolverines. Wolverine ball after, I guess he was on the line. Hits it inside. 14 to shoot, plenty of time. Good inside D. Floater, good. Shoots a 3, no good for Bedford. But he's fouled. Well, we lost Nate. I'll drop the link again if anyone wants to come on and talk some basketball. We can talk college football too. I don't care. But watching this game, Auburn shooting a couple free throws here. To Hod Pettiford with over almost 20 points almost in the tournament so far. 15-14, Michigan. They have possession too. They inbound it. They lost it. Gets it back to Pettiford with a layup. Good. Auburn taking care of business. 4 turnovers for the Tigers. And they've only gotten 2 points off of them. That's the first time tonight. 5th turnover here. Denied. 3. Good. Well, no, not good. I'm sorry. It fell short. I should say, here's a 3 for Michigan. That missed. Playing really fast now. Out to Broom. No good. Pitterford is stepping up in this game a little bit defensively. Just needs to get to the rim a little bit. There's a 3 for Michigan. Who was that one? Danny Wolf. Jones has it. Almost lost it. Got it back. Off the backboard. It's no good. Out for a 3. Pettifer goes in. Can't get it. It's blocked. This defense for Michigan is insane. And a takeaway for Auburn. No foul called. Kelly gets a 3. This is basketball, people. Auburn's 3 of 12 on their threes. Michigan 2, what was it, 2 of 18? I might have misread that. That can't be right. 2 of something. Hold on. Two of 7 for Michigan, 3 of 13 for Auburn. I don't know how I got 18 out of that. That's my bad. Pettiford for 3, miss. Pettiford. My goodness. I gotta make sure I gotta put a tweet out about Zahad Pettiford. This guy's good, man. Well, I know he's good, but I haven't really seen him go off like this all year. Now he's not necessarily putting up all the points that he needs to, but he's getting the rebounds and everything, and it's just insane. And he's a freshman. Think about it, he's a freshman, a true freshman, talented. It's 21-20 Auburn. This game's living up to. I don't know what I expected in this game. I thought Auburn would have just ran away with it, and they might. Like, I knew Michigan was going to be good. This is going back and forth, though. I haven't really watched too much of Michigan. Like, I know they got some good defense, and they would have held Auburn a little bit. They're holding Auburn a lot of bit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot more than I thought.
One day, she did. You were made to chase new passions. You were made to put them in a package. Can you see a picture yet?
Keep an eye on Purdue, Houston, too. That should be tipping off any moment.
Rethinking the world. Before investing carefully, read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, expenses, and more. Respect investment.com.
Appreciate y'all watching. We got about 10 people. We are live on YouTube only tonight, so that's pretty good for YouTube. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Love and appreciate all of you. Just keep growing. No score yet, only 30 seconds into Purdue and Houston in the Sweet 16, a 1-4 matchup. Houston with possession to begin the game. We'll keep an eye on that. All 5 of their starters for Michigan that Dusty Mays has out there tonight have scored at least once. In fact, that might be it. I have to double check the stats, but I think everyone scored at least once, enough to get them to 20. Reuben Jones has 2 for Michigan. Namari Burnett 2. Trey Donaldson 5. Vlad Golden with 2. There's a slam dunk to retake the lead by Danny Wolf, who I was fixing to get to. He now has 11 points on the night. It's taken away, rejected, going back for the Wolverines. No good, but a foul. (23-21). He hits his first. Wolf does. Reuben Jones, I'm sorry. He makes his second. 24-21. They fought for the ball a little bit. They give it to Michigan. Part of me wants both teams to win this game. Like, I want to see Michigan go far. It'd be cool to see Alabama, Michigan in basketball like we've seen the last 2 years in football, but like Auburn, Alabama for the championship would be fun too. I don't know. Like, can they both win this game? Unfortunately, only one can. I'm glad it's close like it is, though. I will say that. What are you doing? You threw it right to Auburn. What is this? He throws it to keep it in bounds. He throws it right to Janai Broom. Here's a 3 for Michigan. Make this a 2-possession game. Broom goes up. Can't get it. That was a short 3. Blocked by Mazzara. Or Baker Mazzara, I guess. Here's Broom. Push off a guy, but a spin move, and it will not go. And it's going to be a foul on Broom. Chad Baker Mazzara is something, man. He went after that ball on that block that we saw. If you're watching the game live, you see that replay. He had to extend completely to make that block. Auburn favored by 4.5. They're down 2. To cover the spread, they need to win by 5. The way this game's going, this is coming down to the wire. Nobody's winning by 5 points. Trust me. Watch Michigan with a buzzer beater or something. Cinderella wears maize. What? Finally, a commercial break. That's a lot of basketball action. We got 3:36 left in the first.
Back to the studio where the big story is a $10 off haircut coupon at Great Clips. Sharp moves, expert fadeaways, and a $10 off haircut coupon. No, but it's $10 off haircut coupon, man! On equals week there. Counting this bag. This time, on his blood. That's it. It's been a minute. So see. Do the talking. Yankee fans here want to scrap. My brother wasn't having a good time tonight, but now he was. Is anything better than punch somebody in the face? You gotta comment. Captain 2, we don't hear what you said. The silver unfresh boss.
See. How we doing, chat? Everyone doing good tonight? What we got for this game? Who placed any bets on this game? I didn't. I don't gamble. But I am always curious, I guess. One second.
Sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut. Inbud. Feel beer.
Did you know LSU holds the tournament record for block shots in a single game at 11? It's fun tournament facts there. .327 to go first half. Auburn with possession. Down 2. Gets it inside the broom. Gets it back out. Spin move, floater. Got it. Tie game. This inside defense for Michigan's nasty, man. It's one of the more consistent defensive pressures that I've seen this year in all of college basketball. Probably the best in the Big Ten, outside of maybe Michigan State. Broom with the rebound. Yeah, throw it out of bounds. All right, minute 40. Auburn with possession. Shoots for three. Miss. Rebounded by the Wolverines. No, Auburn keeps it alive. Shoots downtown. Miss. Auburn's attempting more threes, but both teams have only hit 3 of them. Auburn's like 3 of 16. Michigan's 3 of 9. Golden tried to get a layup, couldn't go in. And a foul call by Broom. Wow. That was like triple coverage. He went for a layup. Broom went for that layup. Missed it the first time. Then 3 guys surrounded him in triple coverage, and he made it the second time around. 30-29, 22 seconds. Till half. Little fake screen. Goes up. Miss. Got to get it off at point 1, and he missed it. But Auburn is up by a point, 30-29 over the Michigan Wolverines. We got a game in Atlanta, folks. South Regional semifinal in the South region of the bracket, obviously. Anyway. All right. Going to play some background music. I'll be back for the second half. Don't go anywhere. saw some breaking news that was posted today. The Raiders signing Devin White, linebacker from LSU, former Buccaneer, Super Bowl champion, and Pro Bowler. I think he made one Pro Bowl. Yeah, 2021. I'll miss him in Tampa. He was one of my favorites to watch the last few years for the Bucs. Don't forget we'll be live 2 times tomorrow. Live for the Alabama game tomorrow night. But first, catch us at 3 p.m. Eastern for a special interview. 2026 offensive tackle Ananias Harris. now that I think about it, I think we'll just do the interview. I want to watch the Alabama Duke game on my own, and then maybe do a post-game stream tomorrow. Is what we're looking at, but we'll see. Mayhem, what's up? Let me turn this music off. What's up? What was that?
I don't know. I felt like you was about to fall
Oh my
asleep to
God.
this, soothing music.
Yeah,
So I had to give you a little bit of energy.
yeah.
What you
I
up
got you.
to?
I don't blame you. I'm watching basketball. What you doing?
I'm watching Family Feud.
Family Feud with Steve Harvey. Is he still doing that?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. He's the
So
best.
he is. I got to give
He
credit
do you
to
ever
the.
watch the Celebrity Family Feud with Snoop Dogg?
Yes, I have. I watched a lot of different ones.
Fill in the blank. Pie in the what?
Horse.
Pie in the what the hell did you say?
He said pie and the horse, right?
Yeah, he thought he said something else because he kept saying, "I can't." I sure hope we make it down to that one, Snoop, because I don't know what you said. Oh man, you think Alabama's got what it takes to beat Duke tomorrow night? Who you got in that game?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Who do you got in Alabama Duke tomorrow?
I got Dookie
Gosh, dang.
just to keep my bracket, my final two alive. I got to keep my final two alive, Ballard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I had Florida and Duke in the final two. Unfortunately, man, you suck this year.
I know. Hey, we could still though for the touchdowns bracket, we could still get Florida winning it all.
Florida's definitely winning it all. What are you talking about?
Oh, I would hope so, because then we can both say, "Hey, we guessed the champ right."
Yeah.
I
So
didn't expect Ole Miss to do this, beat Iowa State.
I'm at 80%. Right. My
The
highest one is.
highest I have is the touchdowns at 44.8.
Yes.
Look
But
at this.
what's your lowest?
8 no, 4.3 because I got bored one day and picked Alabama State. 4.3. Look at this.
All right. Did you hear me?
No.
I said my lowest is also 4.3.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm going to try my best to create the most incorrect ones.
Well, that's what I did here was I tried to pick all the underdogs, all the lower seeded teams. That's why I did this, and I ended up with Alabama State. Because I think you and I had talked about that one.
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay.
I am back. Just had some miscommunications. By the way, Balliard,
Yep.
I can still get the final two, Dookie and Flowrider. In my final two, I'm 80% correct. So I need to continue the streak. Clemson failed me because I could still have my final four intact. If
Mhm.
Clemson wouldn't have failed me, I could have had my final four right intact. I would have had way more than 80%. Clemson, I would never, ever choose Clemson to make it out of a first round ever again.
Yeah.
Never,
Never.
ever.
Never ever.
You know why?
Why?
They failed me, Ballard. They failed me.
Look at this. 2 points. That's all you had to do. 2 points.
That was a pretty
Just
good
tie it.
comeback
Yeah.
because they were down like 33-13. They were down like 20 points at half. You mean to tell me you could only muster up 13 good old points in the first half of
Right.
a game?
I
Ballard,
guess. I guess.
I think I could muster up at least half of that in a college basketball game. What you think about that?
Mhm. Probably.
Me and you on the court. Who's winning?
Oh, you.
Okay. By how many points?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I'd say we both suck, but
In a game of horse,
game of horse.
who's winning?
I could probably beat you in horse if I
We should do
watch
it.
you correctly.
We should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't I going to be coming down there soon, or is that not the plan anymore?
No, you can. Yeah, absolutely. We'll hit up. There's a park where we play pickleball and stuff. Me and my
We could
friends.
we could
They got
record it.
some bas-
We could
Yeah, we
record
can
it
record it. Yeah,
unfiltered, uncensored, uncut, unedited.
just go live. Just go live for me.
Yeah, let's just go live
Yeah,
and may the best person win.
yeah.
May the best touchdowner win.
Touchdowner. I'm a touchdowner. I'm playing some basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball skew.
And we can call it the summer. So summer madness.
Summer madness. I like that. You come
'Cause-
up with some good names that have me.
Come
like,
on, man.
Yeah.
yeah. You think you'd beat me?
In golf?
In that too, yeah. Putt, basketball, football.
Top golf. Yeah.
Yeah. Any of
Top
that.
golf's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
I can beat you in bowling.
Bowling. We got a
Yeah.
bowling alley.
I can also beat you in eating contest.
You could beat me in an eating contest. It depends on the food.
Fried chicken.
Oh shoot, man. Um, how do I say this without coming across as a bigot and a racist? I love fried chicken.
Pizza.
Pizza. I can only have so much pizza. That's fair. I love it, but I can only have so much.
Who would win in a pizza eating contest?
What's your record? I
Like the
probably
most
go 3.
the most pizzas I can eat, like fast,
Most
or just
no, like what's your record for the most like in one sitting slices of pizza?
I know you're not gonna
Not
believe
all.
this. I know you're not gonna
Oh,
believe this, but this is the truth, right? In one sitting, I've had 3 large boxes of pizza at one sit.
no.
Yes,
3? Like
3, yeah.
regular like
Like Domino size pizza, yeah.
oh my god.
That's the most. But
That's
that was
insane.
before I had acid reflux. So,
Yeah.
you know, now I can eat a solid box by myself for sure.
It might take me a while, but I could.
I mean,
It takes me a day.
I'm not talking about like jumbo size pizzas. I'm talking about like regular 8 slices of pizza, regular box.
Yeah, from like Papa John's or
Yeah.
Domino's.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about like from the pizza joint, or I'm not talking about like the big behind sizes. I'm not talking about that. Just, regular uh 16-inch pizza.
Yeah.
8 slices. I can handle that. But
Okay.
if we're having a competition, like it's like how fast can you go? I don't know about that.
Now let me
Um
ask you this. When it comes to barbecue, how are you?
well, a lot has like what type of barbecue?
Okay, oh, we met at the gym and Nick's. I know you love barbecue, but like if I threw at you fall off the bone barbecue ribs.
I can tackle at least. So a lot of this stuff that I'm about to say depends on my
Mhm.
acid reflux, right?
Right.
If if I was on a day where I didn't care if I had acid reflux and I just wanted to beat you,
Mhm.
um, probably the most I can tackle now. Now hold on, there's a difference, okay?
Right.
You have to show that the bone is completely gone, right? Like it's gone, like the meat is completely gone from the bone.
You got nothing but bone in your
Yes,
hand at the end.
nothing but bone. Because white people, they don't eat ribs right. They eat it halfway and they leave a little meat on the bone. Okay, so completely gone
That's
from the
facts.
meat.
We do. We do.
So completely gone. I can tackle about um. I would love to say 4 full ribs, but I don't know. I've only ever. I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna just say 2 because I don't know if I could eat the third one, the full third one. I might be 2.5. I think I can go 2.5.
Now, if you rush it and you don't eat all the meat off the bones at first, and you're like, "Oh, Imma save this for later." If you got me doing that, dude, I could eat ribs all day. But
What
if I
about
like
what about scrimp?
huh? Shrimp? I love some shrimp cocktails and shrimp and grits, and I could do some shrimp. Like, we do that as an appetizer around the house sometimes when we tailgate for football here, and the shrimp's gone within, like, an hour and a half on shrimp cocktail between me and my grandfather.
Yeah, I don't know how much shrimp I can eat. I'm not. You would probably beat me in the shrimp department. I don't know.
Oh, I'll
Um,
fight you over it.
what about crab legs?
I can only do so much of that. Um, that's hilarious that you said crab legs because of last year's Slav Olympics, but
Okay,
I love them. I love them to death.
Oh, I know one thing you're definitely not beating me at:
What?
chicken nuggets.
Probably not. I could only do so much of chicken nuggets.
You know the purple bag at Walmart of chicken nuggets?
Yes.
I can slam in one sitting at least 2 bags of those.
Dang.
Like if I took my time. Now, if I'm hurrying up, probably only 1 bag because, like, you know, it'd probably make me sick. But if I'm like taking my time, if it's not like a rushing type of deal, if it's just like take your time and see how many you can eat, I can probably eat 2 bags for sure. And one, it might take me about an hour, but I could probably knock it out.
Yeah.
If I took my time. But if it was a rushing thing, I'd probably only be able to eat 1 whole bag. Probably might take me like maybe 20, 25 minutes or so. I don't know, to eat all of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be super fast at it. A lot has eating contests. If if you would have asked me these questions when I was in the military and I didn't have any problems with you know heartburn or acid reflux or anything like that, then I would beat you in anything if I liked the food. But
Wolverines hit a big 3 right there. Anyway, yeah. Let me ask you about this one. Okay.
so I
We're
got a
talking
question.
2. Oh, let me go with this one real quick before I forget, because I got to know. If you entered the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog contest, how would you do?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Are
used to
you
love.
beating are you anywhere near Joey Chestnut?
Okay, here's the question.
Okay.
The answer to your question is I'm nowhere near Joey Chestnut. He is the
Gotcha.
glizzy gobbler. Okay.
Yeah.
But now here's my question. Are we doing boiled hot dogs or like grilled hot dogs? What are we doing?
Boiled. That's what they do
Well,
at the contest.
I wouldn't
Now
be able to eat.
grilled,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love me some. I'm gonna be honest with you, Ballard. Boiled hot dogs are. I would eat them if I have nothing else to eat, but
right.
I would rather have a hot dog in a microwave before I have a boiled hot dog. Honestly,
Well, actually, if you cook it for the right amount of time in a microwave, hot dogs come out pretty decent.
I would. But the best one are the ones like on the grilled hot dogs. If you gave me
Yeah.
some
Or
grilled hot dogs,
if you're camping and you just put it over the fire,
yeah, like
roast it.
a
Yeah.
good old, yeah, them type of hot dogs. Or if you get the
Oh
grill
yeah.
out and you start grilling, some hot dogs, and especially if you have hamburgers and hot dogs on the same grill, and you get some of that, you know, hamburger flavor on a little bit of that hamburger flavor on the hot dogs. Oof, you're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about some good hot dogs. I can eat a bunch of those because I actually think they're pretty good. But what kind of hot dogs? Beef hot dogs, chicken hot dogs, turkey hot dogs,
Beef. I don't
beef.
know if I've never tried anything other than beef hot dogs, and honestly, I don't have much of a desire to. I mean, are chicken dogs or turkey dogs good?
I actually never
They
had
worth it?
chicken. I've never had the chicken dogs. I've had turkey. Turkey's not that bad. I can
Yeah.
definitely eat them.
Now,
Uh,
what's your go-to hot dog brand? Because I love the Ballpark.
honestly, great value.
Walmart brand? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cheap and whatever.
I know it's
Uh,
cheap.
yeah, I mean, I don't really have uh, I don't really have a specific go-to brand. Whatever is the cheapest is what I go for. Cause I mean, it's not the brand, is who's cooking it, right? You know, if you
Yeah.
if you can't cook, it don't matter what brand name it is. If you can't cook, you just can't cook. That's how I jalapeno, anyways. Now, I will say this: the only type of whenever I go for brands is condiments
Mhm.
because I made a big mistake one time. You know, I didn't have a lot of money and um, I needed some ketchup, and I went to the Dollar Generals
Yeah.
and
Central.
I got me a $1. I'm not even joking. It's a $1. I think it's called Chestnut Hill
Okay.
ketchup. Is $1, $1 on the dot, no taxes or anything, just $1. I bought it because I really needed it, and I'm telling you, that is the nastiest, the most sour. That is nasty.
We had my grandmother and I got my grandfather. He loves hot sauces and stuff.
But
And we had got my grandfather for Christmas a couple years ago all these different hot sauces. But we also picked up for me because I love some good ketchup on a hot dog. Well, I was curious. I picked up this jalapeno ketchup and ghost pepper ketchup. They're good, man. They're spicy, but they're good. Even the jalapeno, I mean, jalapeno is like mid-level spice for me. That had a kick to it.
but
Um,
I like Heinz or Hunt's ketchup.
Heinz or Heinz, yeah, yeah. I think between the two, I'm more familiar with Heinz, but I prefer Hunt's. I think between the two. Like I've had Heinz more, but if given the choice, I would take Hunt's ketchup.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having either Heinz or Hunt's. I mean, I wouldn't care. Okay, mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Oh,
It's got to
Duke's.
be Duke's.
It's got to be Duke's.
There's
Even Bama mayonnaise is not that good. There's a brand here in Alabama called Bama mayonnaise, and I
ugh.
tried it one time. I'm like, what is this?
Okay. What's your thoughts on Miracle Whip?
Miracle Whip. It. Uh,
Do you think that's a great alternative for mayonnaise?
that's a good question. It's good, but I think it depends on what you put it with. Like, could you do it on a hot dog
No, I'm
bun?
not doing Miracle Whip on nothing.
No,
Okay,
I'm not. I tried it with like a tomato sandwich once. It wasn't too
what's
bad.
the nasty? What is a one of the accidents? Have you ever had an accident happen and then you went ahead and ate it and you found out, man, this is really good? Like, have you ever like mixed something together on accident and you're like, this is actually tastes pretty good, and maybe nobody knows about it?
I'm trying to think. Anything I've mixed that seems weird or like it would be a mistake, people have recommended, but I've never done anything on my own. I don't think.
What's the nastiest combination ever that you would never do?
Combination, I'm not sure, but I can tell you the grossest thing I ever ate.
What's that?
I got tricked at school one time when I was growing up. I was in first grade, but I was in after school daycare. I thought it was a cookie. This girl tricked me with a fucking dog treat, and it was
Good-
bad.
Goodness.
Uh, I could not get the taste out of my mouth for like 24 hours. I was
So I'm gonna
it
be
was
honest
so
with you.
bad.
The nastiest combination that I would never try. I've never tried this, and I never will. and that is any condiment in cereal. So that's mayonnaise in cereal, ketchup in cereal, anything in cereal. I'm not trying that.
Now, have you ever gone as far with soft drinks to mix sodas together? Have you ever done that? Because I used to do that all the time growing up as a kid. And if you mix like Mountain Dew and I don't know Sprite, I tried that one
It
time.
really. I'm gonna be
Was
honest
it
with you. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hot take. Okay.
okay? Because we do bold takes on this show. Let's go.
Um. Honestly, if it's from the same brand and you mix all of them together, and honestly, you don't really. I'm gonna sound like a total dummy here, but honestly, it just tastes like whatever the first thing you put in my opinion. Like it
It's
just
like you didn't mix anything.
right. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I've tricked my wife before. I put, you know, like root beer, and then I put a little bit of like Coke in it, just just to see if she would notice the difference. And I put a little bit of Sprite in there, and it really didn't. I mean, she drank it, and I was laughing my butt off, and she was wondering what was going on, and I'm like, nothing, and does it taste good? And she said, yeah, it tastes good, and she didn't never even notice that I even mixed it. You know what I mean? So like, I know that's gonna sound crazy. Like, oh my god, you cannot taste the Sprite in your Coke. I mean, no, I can't, because the Coke is so strong that it kind of like made the Sprite taste go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I know some people probably be in the comment saying, you have bad taste buds or you're stupid or whatever. But honestly, I can mix all the like Coke, Sprite, Dr Pepper, and honestly, it just pretty much tastes like a Coke to me. Honestly, and I can,
Yeah.
but another thing is,
Grandmother introduced me one time to peanut butter and pickle sandwich. That was good. But my favorite is peanut butter and bananas. You can never go wrong on that.
yeah. What is your go-to food? Like your safe food? Like if you, let's just say, don't know what to eat, but you can always go to. Okay, I'll ask this differently. If you can only have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Just one meal. That means a
Like
vegetable,
specifics or like
like a meal, like one meat, one starch, one vegetable, one dessert, one drink, like a meal.
okay, I would go meatloaf with mashed potatoes and green beans. I know it sounds
Let's
kind of
go.
what?
That's a
Wait, that didn't
W.
answer your question?
Dude, you pretty much took my list.
No way. You would go meatloaf and mashed potatoes too?
I go meatloaf, mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, and
Yeah.
so
Salt the green beans, put a little bit of pepper. I don't know what it is with me and pepper in my mashed potatoes, but I do it anyway because it's pretty good.
now I know I said one starch, but if I had to add another starch just to complete the meal, it would
Yeah.
be meatloaf, mashed taters, gravy,
Mhm.
macaroni, cheese, green beans. Come on.
Mac and cheese. The mac and cheese is crack, dude. You know it. And it's gotta be it okay, the Cracker Barrel brand white cheddar is really, really good, but also I could kill some Kraft mac and cheese. I'm a kid at heart, I don't care.
Like my go-to meal now, if I had to choose something different from you, and I
Mhm.
couldn't choose two starches, and I had to choose something different from what you just said, I would go Salisbury steak,
Yeah.
macaroni and cheese, and corn
Oh, yeah.
instead of green beans, because or I can go
Now,
green
is
pea.
the
Or
corn is it
I could say green
corn on the
peas.
cob or
No, it would be the soupy sweet corn, like
oh, yeah.
yeah, the soupy like the cream corn. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro, we are cooking right now.
love some good cream corn.
And you know
Mm.
who else is cooking? Michigan's right now.
Yeah, look at this game. 46-39, 12:45 left.
Yeah, Auburn is not doing me any good because I had Auburn win this game. So, my
Yeah.
my percentage is gonna go
Drop.
down. But I had Auburn versus Michigan State in the Elite Eight. No, the what is called Elite Eight, whatever it's called. Eight, the final eight, whatever. Um,
Elite 8.
yeah. So I had Auburn and Michigan, and then I had Michigan in the final four versus Dookie, I believe. Then I had Florida versus Clemson, but Clemson decided to lay a turd, so that's not going to happen. So I could potentially still have three of the four if
Yeah.
Auburn would get their heads out of the rear end and start playing some basketball. You know, if Michigan wins this tournament, is it legitimate?
It I think it would have to be legit.
Do you think the media will try to spin a Michigan basketball championship
Like they did football.
into, yeah, do you think there's a world where part of the media would try to spin it and say, like, the football team cheated, so the basketball team must have cheated somehow?
I mean, maybe some like writer in Columbus might say something.
And what would you say to them?
Or East Lansing. uh,
And what would you say to them?
come on, man.
Play the meme.
I'm fixing to. I'd be oh, Michigan cheated and blah blah blah, this and that. And I'd be
Come
like,
on, man.
Yeah, Auburn needs to come
you
on,
know
man.
me, man. I don't mess around. I rhythm with the tism.
Just don't.
Rism with the tism. What's a tism?
I don't know. Like autism.
Oh, I did not know that. You said that?
You didn't know I had that?
I know you had that, but I didn't know you.
I said that on the midday show.
I didn't know you riz the ladies with your autism.
So that's actually a funny story. I was on Facebook dating one day, and I was around my friends at lunch after church, and they said, "Well, let me see this girl you're fixing to swipe on," and I didn't even read it. I didn't even read her bio yet. I don't remember the name or what she looked like. Some blonde, and she was pretty, but it said Fred Chance picked it up and said, "Oh, you have to like this. She rhythms with the tism."
Goodness.
And I wanted to send a message like "Let's riz" because I got some autism or something like that. I don't know. I wanted to send that message.
Now, okay, let's take what we were talking about and let's take this conversation and kind of put them together. My question for you would be, what is a 100% no go on a first date, like let's just say you go out to eat, what
Mhm.
foods are you definitely staying away from whenever you are going on a date with a female?
This isn't a question as, "Oh, what do you not like to eat?" It's a, like, okay, some people eat beans and rice or something,
Like for
and
example,
it
some people don't want to eat ribs because they're messy and they don't want to
Oh,
see
yeah, I would
like.
probably stay away from that. Now, I know how to cut my ribs, you know? You can cut the meat off and not make it so messy with your hands.
But what food would you say? Okay, if she asked me what 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 restaurant are we going to, I'm gonna stay away from this particular type of food, like spaghetti. You know how it's messy, like messy foods. Like, is there a certain food that you would say, you know,
Okay,
I'm
so
not
as much
I'm not going to
as
order this.
yeah, and sacrifices must be made sometimes because, like, I love some pasta, and I love soup and stuff like that, but if I'm slurping that stuff, man, that's a red flag on a first date with someone, right? She don't wanna hear that crap.
What about um what is the ideal food on a first date? What would you say is the ideal food on a first date?
Mm, ideal food.
Like if a woman asked you to pick the restaurant, where are you going?
So many to choose from, but let's say here in Coleman, uh, I wouldn't do fast food, but I would. Okay, we got a Italian place called Pasquale's. It's like a pasta joint.
So you feel like
They
going
got
to
like a salad. They got like a salad bar and pizza and stuff like that.
for sure. I like that too. Um so do you think so you just said fast food just made me think of this, like, so that wouldn't be a red flag for you.
On a first date, now I did that on my first ever date. That was her decision, but
Now now
I don't know, man. Like I'm at the point at the age of 23. Like I want to do this stuff right. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
McDonald's ain't always the way to go.
Now we've been talking about food, and Auburn has started to make a comeback while we talk about food. But when we start not talking about food, Michigan starts, pulling away. So
Change
I
the
feel
subject.
I feel like food is the perfect subject for this live stream.
Okay.
Until Auburn wins the game, and then
Oh, here's a good one. If you go to the movies, popcorn and a drink, and then what's your go-to candy?
um,
If you
sour
do.
Skittles.
Oh, okay. I'm not big
Uh,
on sour.
I love anything that's sour.
Mm,
I love it,
that explains you sometimes.
really.
Yeah.
Uh,
Salty,
um,
sour, whatever.
um, uh, okay.
Can't take a joke.
Uh, I'm kidding. Um, so yeah, that does explain me very well. You know why?
Yeah.
Because some of my takes are sour. They are.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like a couple years ago, I said Florida State was going to be trash. They ended up going 13-0, and then they lost, in the biggest blowout of bowl game history versus my Georgia Bulldogs, and they didn't belong in the Final Four. And I'll say that until the cows come home and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I was correct that Florida State was trash. I was correct in that, but they did go undefeated in a powder puff, conference and a powder puff schedule. They faced, your high school and my high school, and they faced, the worst, one of the worst Clemson's teams we've seen the last 15 years, and they won. They went 13-0. Give them all credit and everything like that. But yeah, man, that was a bad that was a bad take, I guess you could say, because I thought they were going to do what they did this past year and go like 1-11, right?
Yeah.
Or was it 2-10? I think they went 1-11, but I thought that that's what was going to happen 2 years ago whenever they went 13-0, but I was actually 1 year off. I knew that coach didn't know how to coach. He's not a great head coach. He's not. He is not a great head coach. He's not. He hit lightning in a bottle with
Yeah.
Jordan Travis, and Jordan Travis was the definition of that Florida State team. Whenever he got injured, they struggled to win games. Yes, they still won the game versus a terrible Florida team and versus a Louisville team that didn't play anybody in their on their schedule, and you know that was probably the hardest watched game I've watched in a long time. That game was very hard to watch, and a lot of Florida State fans will say, "Well, that was a great defensive battle." No, that was not. You cannot compare that to a defensive battle like Alabama versus Georgia defensive game. That actually was a defensive game. The Florida State Louisville game was two terrible offenses. And yeah, Florida State did have a pretty good defense. Yes, give credit to them. And Louisville had, okay defense, not, the best defense in the world, but I just you got to whenever you watch that game, man, it was a lot of silly mistakes and turnovers by the offenses. It was a rundown, terrible football game that honestly I could have slept through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've watched some great defensive battles. I mean, I've watched, Alabama go up against Georgia. I've watched Michigan and Ohio State go up against each other with two elite defenses. I've watched Iowa go against, Ohio State, or, I've watched some great elite defenses, Iowa versus Michigan, right? Go up against each other and had a great matchup. I watched Penn State go up against, a Michigan or Ohio State and have a great defensive battle, right?
Yeah.
So, don't come at me and say that Florida State Louisville game was one of them great defensive battles. Yes, give credit to Florida State. They had some great players on that defense. A lot of them went to the NFL. Yes, I get it. And they've had a pretty good defense this past year. Their offense just sucks. And guess
So
what? Without Jordan Travis, their offense sucked that year too. So I knew the downfall of Florida State was going to be so great. I know they didn't have a quarterback for last year. I knew that they weren't going to be good. A lot of people had them in the top 25. I'm like, bro, why? Why you have them in anywhere in your top 25? They suck. And I mean, they're going to suck this year. I don't even know who they brought in for their quarterback. I don't even know if they're.
So that brings me to this. Is there in any scenario or world or universe or alternate reality you see on your screen here, Alabama has no reason to lose this first game of the season, correct?
I mean, I don't know. Number one, who's Alabama's quarterback?
That's fair.
Is it Ty Simpson?
We got to watch the spring game and see.
I mean, is it going to be a transfer quarterback? Do y'all have a transfer quarterback coming in?
No,
Um,
we
I mean,
got we got a freshman coming in at Keelan, who's a 5-star.
I
And then
mean, a
we
lot
got
of
last year's
questions.
Austin Mack.
I mean, a lot of questions, and you know, I don't know what to think of. I mean, all right. So at first glance, obviously Alabama's going to have the better defense coming into this matchup. I believe. This is my
Yeah.
prediction. As far as offensive, I think Alabama will probably have the better receivers, most likely have the better receiver because you do have one receiver that's going to be one of the best in the country next year in Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
You got some other studs that are going to be Alabama at wide receiver position. The biggest question, you're going to have some pretty good running backs. So you're going to have a pretty good offensive line. Um, you know, probably not your best offensive line you've ever had, but it's going to be good enough that I think can push around Florida State. The biggest question heading into this game would be who's the quarterback for Florida State, who's the quarterback for Alabama. And once you find that out, then it's a matter of who do you trust more to win you a football game. Florida State. Who did they had several different quarterbacks play last year, right?
No, it was all DJ.
No, he got quote unquote injured, and then it was
Oh yeah. They
I
had
can't.
that Luke. They had Croman Hoke, and they had Brock Glenn.
All right, so is Brock Glenn coming back?
He's on the roster.
So Brock Glenn honestly might be your starter for Florida State. Now, I don't know. I know Ty Simpson, he's played in a couple games here and there.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I really do not know what the Crimson Tide has in store. I think it's probably going to be Ty Simpson and Brock Glenn. That's my prediction. Brock Glenn for Florida State, Ty Simpson for Alabama. Okay, who's the better quarterback? I think you got to give the nod to Ty Simpson, not because he's at Alabama, just because he has more star power at the wide receiver position and the tight end position, right?
Yeah.
And Brock Glenn might have the more big game experience getting to start in big games, but Ty Simpson's going to have more star power around him so that they can take some of the pressure off of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty evenly matched as far as quarterbacks go. I would lean more towards the offensive line for Alabama, wide receivers, tight ends. Everything else on offense, I would say Alabama, and then defense, I'd give the edge to Alabama. So, I mean, Florida State is going to have a pretty good defense, like they always do. They're going to have a pretty good They're going to have a pretty good defense. So, but it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be able to get any pressure on Alabama's offense. I think Alabama will struggle with Florida State for probably 3 quarters. They probably will. Probably, you're probably going to. Hey, there you go, 57 to 50. There you go. Come on, Auburn.
Yeah.
We're talking about Alabama, your rival, and you start winning. That's good. Um, Auburn can beat Michigan, but it seems like Alabama can't. But anyways, that's not neither here nor there. But yeah, man, I think Alabama's going to beat Florida State. If you want me to, if I had to gamble on it, which I'm not a gambling man, but if I had to put all my money and my house savings on it, I'd be choosing Alabama. And it all comes down to, you know, obviously the team and the coaching. Kalen DeBoer, I know, has been criticized this past year because some of the decisions that were made on the field, and a lot of people believe that he isn't a coach that's going to take charge of his team. What's that guy's name that kicked the football? I'm drawing a blank.
Last year
Yeah, remember he kicked the
for
football
Bama?
when y'all lost to Vandy.
Nicholson, I think.
No, I don't think that's it. Dude that kicked the football, he's going into the NFL now. But anyways,
No, it's Graham Nicholson.
it
That he's
was.
going. Yeah,
I don't think
he's
that was
going.
him. But anyways, um, that guy, I know Lou made fun of this, and it's kind of true that DeBoer was trying to tell him, get on the sidelines. You don't deserve to play in the last few seconds. We're gonna punish you. And he pretty much told DeBoer, what are you gonna do about it? You can't make me get off the field. So you know a lot of people had some discussions on, like, can DeBoer get his team in check whenever things start going haywire. Um, but whenever I look at the other team in Florida State, that coach just he can't coach. He just can't. He reminds me of some of these other coaches that had lightning in the bottle, right? LSU's former head coach. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
He sucked everywhere he went. USC and LSU. I mean, he caught lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Go Tigers. Um, he caught lightning in a bottle with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Jerry Rice's son, and I mean, just that whole entire team was stacked. The defense was stacked. I mean, he caught lightning in a bottle, and he was able to win a national championship. After that, what happened? He went the COVID year. He went, what, 5-5, and then after that, I mean, he got fired. Right? Started running around on his wife, and just it all went downhill from there. A lot of things started. He was doing stuff with, allegedly, he was doing stuff with some college girls, and you know he he got fired, right?
yeah.
But yeah, man, I think these coaches, they catch lightning in a bottle, but they're not great head coaches. They're not a Nick Saban. They're not a Coach Kirby Smart. They're not even a Coach Spurrier. They're not a Dabo Sweeney. They're not. They don't have continued success. You know what I mean? They have these one and done teams, lightning in a bottle type teams, and that's all you can get from them. They don't have. I mean, I'm surprised that Ryan Day hasn't won more than one national championship. That he should have at least 3 of them. You know what I mean?
3?
Yeah, man. I mean, the teams that he had last year, he should have been in the national championship last year. That shouldn't have went to
He won.
Michigan. They should have beat Michigan with that team.
Last year he won the net. Oh, the year when Michigan won.
Yeah, well, my bad. I'm thinking. Okay, yeah. So whenever
Yeah.
Michigan won the national
Okay.
championship,
Okay. Yeah.
that should have been Ohio State's to win. And then I'm gonna even say something that. Okay, I'm gonna say this too. Had Ohio State won versus Georgia, if that field goal if that field goal went in instead of going to the left, we're talking about Ohio State dismantling TCU in the national championship.
So they would have won 2 out of 3. Maybe they go back to back or something.
I mean,
Possibly.
you could be
3-peat?
talking about Ryan Day possibly three-peating, but he's had so many talented rosters, and I can't believe he's lost 4 in a row to Michigan. That's unbelievable. That's really unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
I feel like he should at least have 2 national championships, if not 3. I mean, I really do believe. I mean, he had. Was he the head coach whenever Justin Fields, whenever he went to national championship with Bama?
He was a great coach.
Like, wasn't he the head coach with Justin
Yeah.
Fields?
Yeah.
Bro, you had Justin Fields as your quarterback. You had C.J. Stroud as your quarterback. You had what's that guy that went to Syracuse? I mean, he's a baller. I mean,
Kyle McCord.
Kyle McCord. I don't think he's a horrible quarterback. I think he's gonna make the NFL somewhere. He's gonna be a great backup. I don't think he's gonna start anywhere, but I think he's gonna be a great backup for a team. Um, like he's had so many successful quarterbacks, and look at their wide receiving core over the last 5 or 6 years. Just
Yeah.
name some of them. I mean,
Jeremiah Smith, Emeka Ibuka,
Marvin Harrison.
Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison.
I
Trying to
mean,
think, there's some other ones, but yeah.
just you mean to tell me that star power on offense and come on, bro, like defensively? Now, yes, they struggled defensively whenever he first got there, but then he hired what's that guy's name that's going to Penn State
Jim
now?
Knowles.
Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State, right? Um, and they immediately did a 180. They immediately turned that average defense into an elite defense the very next year. You only come away with 1 national championship during that stretch, during that run. That is insane to me. That how he don't have more than 1 national championship. I don't know what it is, and I don't understand. I guess I'll never understand it. I'm glad
My
Georgia.
gosh, Auburn. Look at this. Anyway, you were saying?
I'm so glad that Georgia won back to back because you know I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Georgia would never win 1 national championship in my lifetime, and I know that sounds crazy, but Mark Richt had us winning 8, 9, and 10 games a year, sometimes 11, sometimes. But like that was the most that we were ever going to win is like 11. And I mean, if we had a bowl game or something like that, we might win 12 games. But
Yeah.
like Mark Richt normally had us averaging about 9 or 10 wins every year. And we would be undefeated. And then next thing you know, on a Saturday morning, Georgia's playing Vanderbilt, and you think, okay, we're going to beat this team, no problem. We're the number 1 team in the country, or whatever, or number 5 team in the country. We should beat Vanderbilt. Nope. What do? You, Mark Richt offense only scores 10 points, and you lose the game 16-10 or whatever you do. You know what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then for a long time, we were the loser of South Carolina versus Georgia every single year. We lost 5 years in a row to Steve Spurrier. Just Mark Richt couldn't beat the man, even whenever Mark Richt played Spurrier in the Florida days, right? Whenever he was at Florida, dude
Yeah.
could not just Georgia could not beat Spurrier. I don't know what it is. Just Spurrier beat Georgia whenever he's out of Florida, beat him at South Carolina, just could not beat him. And Spurrier owns the state of Georgia. It's a
This
fact.
game's over. This game is over. Auburn just won.
I think so. That's good.
There's no chance Michigan's coming back from this.
Hey, never say
Just-
never, but I hope you're right. They can go on a 10-0 run or whatever. They can make it close. We still got 4 minutes and 34 seconds. A lot can happen.
Yeah.
I never count anything out, but yeah, man. I thought Georgia, and obviously, that Saban with Saban there is just Mark Richt only beat Saban one time, and that was his very first year, 2007. Mark Richt
Yeah.
could never beat Saban after that. Never, 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 never could beat Saban after that. And then whenever we hired Kirby Smart, I really thought like, okay, we went 7-5 our first season. I'm like, bro, this is not a good hire. And then we went to the national championship, and I thought for sure we were going to win. 2nd and 26 happened,
Yeah, he almost beat Saban.
and then I'm gonna be honest. After we lost that championship, the national championship on 2nd and 26, I said, you know what? I really don't believe we're capable of winning because I thought that was our best chance to ever win a national championship. I thought that was because we got lucky beating Oklahoma in that Rose Bowl. We got really lucky, in overtime. I believe it was Sony Michelle that ran it in for the game-winning touchdown, right?
Oh, in the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, so we got lucky. We were down in that game at one point. I think it was like, wasn't it 21-0 or something like that? We were
Yeah.
We were getting our butt spanked, and we somehow came in. We came back in the game, and we started winning, and we won the game. And in overtime, I believe it was double overtime. But we got lucky in that game, and then we went to the national championship, and I said, okay, it must be our year. 2017 must be our year to win. And then guess what? It wasn't. 2nd and 26 happened, and I told myself, and I called my parents, and I told them, I said,
That bounced out of bounds. Sorry, man.
and I just told myself, and I told my parents, I said, Georgia will never win a national championship ever again. Because if we couldn't win it this year, what makes you think we're going to win it in a couple years? What makes you think that? But I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. I doubted Kirby. I did. And, I'm going to be honest with you, Ballard. I'm a little bit nervous about this year Georgia's team. I am.
Like
A little
Auburn.
bit nervous. Just a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
I trust Kirby Smart now that he has a couple of national championships, but we can't live in the past. We gotta live in the future, and most of them players that played in them national championships are gone in the NFL and doing better things. So, like, we can't live off of the past. We got, we can't, you know, do that. So, Georgia, I'm worried about Georgia. What is Gunnar Stockton going to look like? I'm a believer in Gunnar Stockton. I am a believer. I'm more of a believer in Gunnar Stockton than I was in Stetson in his first year. Now, Stetson's second year, I was a big believer of Stetson Bennett. But Stetson's first year, I wasn't a big fan of him. So, I'll just say this, and then I guess I'll get off here because we already know who's going to win this. But
Yeah.
I'll just say that honestly, I'm nervous because our receivers We got a receiver. We're losing a receiver because of speeding and stuff like that, and like reckless driving. I mean, he was doing over 100 miles an hour. I mean, just we're losing players to dumb stuff. You know what I mean? And honestly, Nitro Tuggle, there's still a transfer portal cycle that can open up. He got suspended for the rest of the season for at Georgia, but Nitro Tuggle can easily enter the portal this spring because there's another portal. There's another portal season. He can enter the portal and go anywhere he wants to and probably start. So he's not going to really learn his lesson because he's not going to really get in trouble. I mean, yeah, he got in trouble with the law, but as far as getting in trouble, like playing football, I mean, do you think Alabama would care if he's a great receiver? Do you think Alabama's really going to care if he was speeding in Georgia?
Right. I mean, yeah.
Alabama just wants to win. You think they're really going to care?
No.
I mean, Alabama's basketball team sure didn't care. You know,
Oh, with Brandon Miller.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to win championships. And see, that's the other thing, man. Yeah, I know Georgia has had a lot of driving incidents, and I will be the first one to tell you, and I'll be the last one to tell you, that it's wrong, and Kirby needs to be held accountable, and I think the players need to be held accountable, and I think you know there should be a zero tolerance for this, right? And Georgia's had a significant amount of driving related incidents, and it's uncalled for, right?
Right.
But let's not act like other teams don't have other problems. You know what I mean? And it might not be necessarily football, but I mean, I just said, about Alabama's basketball team, had two players. One actually didn't he get in jail or something? Didn't one of them actually go to jail, and then one of them just got accused, and nothing ever happened, right? The Miller guy. I think one of them actually got charged, and then the other one didn't get found guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, people believe he was still guilty to this day, right? But the point is, like, they had a problem, and at one time, um, Florida a while back had a huge problem. Um, uh, you know, there's Auburn had some problems going on down there a few years ago, and you had Ole Miss had a problem back in like 2016 or whatever. With
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Freeze taking the players out to the clubs and stuff like that, and just I mean, there's a lot of problems everywhere. You had Tennessee commit a bunch of crimes. Um, they
Donald
they
bag players and
I mean, they were doing bad things. I mean, I wouldn't say it's illegal, but it's against you know football rules, right?
mm-hmm.
It's just all of it's bad. It's just which one do you want to talk about the most? And right now, Georgia's one of the hotter teams. And have you ever thought about this, Ballard? If Georgia was 7-5 this past year, or let's just say Georgia went 7-5 for the last 3 or 4 years, and then we had all these driving related incidents, right?
Yeah.
Would it even be leaked out to the media? Would these
No.
incidents even be like
No, because you'd be 7-5. No one's paying attention to you.
for example, I'll give you
Well,
a really
because you went back to back and you're recruiting top 3 every year, like, you know, now people have a spotlight on you, and now there's all these incidents happening, and like, you know, God forbid a kid makes a mistake, at Georgia.
I don't necessarily think it's Kirby Smart's fault, obviously, because he can't. I mean, he can't be there at all times, but also I think he needs to be held accountable because he is the head coach. I think that you know whatever he's doing to slow down or stop these players from doing it is not working. So I think he needs to be more strict, and I think suspending these guys for the rest of the season. He should have been doing that for the last couple of years. He should have been suspending guys as very first offense. Suspending these guys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but just like we seen last year, our running back, right? You know, he gets uh a driving related he broke the law with a driving related thing, right?
Mhm.
And ETN, right?
Yeah.
He was speeding and he was going really, really fast. It ain't like he was only going like 5 miles over or anything like. I mean, he was speeding like really fast. Like it was reckless driving, right?
Yeah.
And reckless driving is like 15 miles or over the speed limit. So he was charged with reckless driving, and that's a big deal because at Georgia we've seen a staffer get killed, we've seen a football player get killed. He should have been suspended for the whole entire season. But what was his suspension, Ballard? What, 1 game? He got punished for one
Yeah.
game. That was it. A 1 game suspension.
He he got a slap on the wrist. Look at that again.
A 1 game
Hey,
suspension.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. So you're basically telling all the other Georgia players, "Oh, if I go race, I can get me a 1 game suspension. I'm still going to the NFL." I mean, 1 game. That's it. I mean, I get to play in, all the rest of the games. You know what I mean? He
Mhm.
got. I mean, and they done that to several different players that have been speeding. They only give like 1 or 2 game suspensions, and I'm thinking to myself, like, suspend them for the whole year. You need to make an example out of somebody. Suspend them for the whole year. And they won't do it anymore because they know if they get suspended for the whole entire year, they know that it's going to hurt their draft stock tremendously
Yep.
because they won't be playing football for a whole year. It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt their draft stock. It's going to hurt them. And what's that guy's name? Always loves talking about Georgia's character, Georgia players' character. So, it would hurt them tremendously. But this is the first time I've seen Kirby Smart actually suspend guys for a whole year for these incidents, and hopefully it works. I hope this was a learning curve for both Kirby Smart and these players, that they look at these suspensions for the whole year and they say, "Man, I'm not going to do that. They might suspend me for the whole year." And hopefully they look at it and say, "I'm not going to speed because I don't want to kill somebody," right? I mean, James Cook could have killed somebody. Ran up. I believe it was almost hit a pedestrian on the sidewalk. Right? Could have killed the person. Right? Luckily, it didn't kill the person. But James Cook is in the NFL. Starting running back for the Bills, and he probably doesn't think about it a lot. He doesn't. He probably didn't really suffer a lot of consequences. You know what I mean? And that's the unfortunate events that isn't talked about. That's what I don't like. But as far as people saying it's just a Georgia thing and stuff like that, I mean, really, come on. Like it does happen at other schools. You just don't hear about it because they're not winning national championships, and it does. Other criminal behavior happens at different schools, and you just don't hear about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if, like, I'll give you a team. Let's take the just name me a sucky team. Any sucky team.
Arkansas. I don't know.
Well, you would probably hear about Arkansas. They're in the SEC, but
Oh, like Group of Five or like Rutgers or like.
all right, Rutgers. Give me Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers. They had a few. Didn't they go like? I don't know if they went 6-6. Didn't they beat Miami not last year, but the year before that in a bowl game? But I think this past year, I don't know if they did pretty good or not. But they're predominantly a bad team, right? Or take Rutgers or Cal, which is normally a horrible team, right?
Yeah.
Take one of them schools and be honest with me, Ballard, because we keep it real on the channels. What's the latest news that you've heard from Rutgers or Cal?
I don't know.
Do you know anybody that could be suspended there? I mean, you think everybody's saying? You
No,
think?
because they probably report some stuff to the NCAA, but you'll never hear of it.
But do you think everybody at Rutgers that plays football there are saints?
Probably not.
And they never do wrong. They abide by the rules. They never drink and drive. They're wonderful human beings.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's my point.
Right. 78-65 the final, by the way. Auburn wins. Absolutely dominates Michigan. Anyway, go on.
My point is, if Cal started winning national championships and Rutgers started winning national championships, then you'll see what happened. A lot of press will come out. Whenever you have a lot of success, then you have a lot of haters, and you have a lot of people that will, it's the same way with. It's the same exact way with whenever you get popular and famous, right?
Yeah.
Somebody that's not that popular, they might, they might have a pretty good YouTube channel like yourself. Like, let's just say Ballard, right? Let's say you, for example. Let's just, you have a little over 1,000 subscribers, and you're working on your way to 1,500, and then 2,000, and then 3,000, and you'll keep on climbing. But right now, nobody's talking about you in a bad way, right? Everybody, for the most part, likes you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But wait until you get to your 100,000 subscriber, or 200,000, or let's just say you get really big and you you get to 1 million subscribers, right? Do you think everybody's just gonna talk good about you? All 1 million of them? No. The answer is no. People are gonna come out with articles and say how bad you are, and how they shouldn't watch your YouTube channel, and they're gonna make they're gonna be praying for your downfall, right? And anything that you do or say is gonna be taken out of context, or anything that you make a mistake on. If you get a speeding ticket, people are gonna find out easily, right? And it's just gonna be one of those things where people are gonna be just praying and hoping that you do something wrong. You know what I mean? Or if you ever get a wife and they you know they ask the wife a question and she says, "Oh, well, Balor was a little bit mean to me," and then they'll take that and say, "Well, he's a bad person, right? Right, whatever, right?" Just anything and everything that they can do, and then you'll have other people. It's just success comes with that. That's what it comes with. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'll just say this before I get off of here, because I want to be clear on this. I'm not making excuses for Georgia. I'm not. That's what I'm not coming on here doing. What I am coming on here and doing is saying that Georgia is wrong. They should police that situation that they got going on down at Georgia. And there two things can be true at the same time. Georgia does need to take accountability. Kirby Smart and his team needs to take accountability, right? That is true. Another thing can be true at the same exact time, and that is that there can be, or there is possibly, if I done some research and I dug a little bit deeper, there probably is a ton of colleges that have other criminal problems that need to be handled as well, but they just don't talk about it because of the lack of success that college has. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, subscribe to Ballard Sports Media, guys.
Yep. Thanks, Mayhem. Love and appreciate you, buddy. We're going to get out of here. Auburn dominates Michigan tonight. And yeah, that's all I got. Oh, tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live. Ananias Harris, offensive tackle for 2026, Georgia Military College. Live interview with him. Been talking to his dad this week on Twitter and everything. He helped set it up. So I'm in. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Love y'all. Jesus loves you too. God bless. Good night.